Have you ever thought, I don't recognize these people anymore, while watching your favorite shows? Well, you're not losing your marbles. These recastings threw pretty much everyone off. If you watched Modern Family from the beginning, then you probably noticed that Cam and Mitch's adopted daughter Lily looked a little bit different in Season 3. She was originally played by a pair of twins, Ella and Jaden Hiller. In 2012, their mother Michelle told Women's Day, halfway through Season 2, their personalities had started to develop, and it was really clear to us that they weren't enjoying their time on set. So they left the show, and as Michelle revealed to People magazine, they are happy with the freedom of being 3 years old. Aubrey Anderson Emmons took over as Lily in Season 3, and she stayed on all the way through the 11th and final season. She hasn't done much acting since Modern Family wrapped in 2020, though she has been active on social media, including a food review channel on YouTube with her mom.
I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Amy.
And you're watching
Food Mania Review.
Julia Butters played the role of youngest daughter Anna Kat Otto for the first 4 seasons of the ABC sitcom American Housewife before being replaced by Giselle Eisenberg for the 5th and final season. Butters left to pursue other opportunities since her career was really starting to heat up, especially in the wake of her buzzy performance in the Quentin Tarantino movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. After that experience, she hoped to work with another legend, telling The Hollywood Reporter, "I want to be in a Spielberg film." Since leaving American Housewife, Butters has worked alongside numerous A-listers, including Ryan Gosling in the action thriller The Gray Man. And she also got her wish to be in a Spielberg movie when she appeared in 2022's The Fabelmans as a fictionalized version of the director's sister, Anne. If you don't remember the original Anne Veal from Arrested Development, well, that was kind of the point. Alessandra Torresani played George Michael's famously bland girlfriend in the Season 1 finale, and then, as a joke, the writers recast her in Season 2 to play up how truly forgettable the character was supposed to be. Torresani didn't let that slow her down though, as she went on to have a fruitful career on TV that's included appearances on such high-profile shows as The Big Bang Theory and American Horror Story. Mae Whitman took over the part of Anne in Season 2, and she continued to play her for the rest of the series, which she was kind of offended by, if only jokingly. As she shared on a 2018 episode of People TV's Couchsurfing, "They stuck with me, which I feel like is a real insult. They were like, no, you're making the whole not memorable thing work. We'll just go with that."
I haven't met Anne.
Yes, you have.
Michael had met Anne.
Let her in. That's her right over there.
Lecy Goranson played oldest Connor child Becky on the first 5 seasons of the hit ABC sitcom Roseanne, but then she left the show so that she could focus on her studies at Vassar College. The writers considered writing Becky out of the series when she eloped with her boyfriend Mark and moved away, but instead, Sarah Chalk took over the role for Seasons 6 and 7. What makes this example unique is that Goranson eventually returned to the series. For a time, the 2 actresses actually shared the role before Chalk took over again for good in Season 9. The writers had some fun with this game of casting musical chairs as they referenced the suspension of disbelief required for viewers to accept these changes. When the show was rebooted in 2018, Goranson came back as Becky, and Chalk was cast as a new character named Andrea.
We could be the same person. God, I mean, it is like looking in the mirror before I put my makeup on.
Goranson has since gone on to maintain the role in the years since on the spin-off series The Connors. After her breakthrough starring role on Disney Channel's Girl Meets World, Rowan Blanchard went on to play the recurring role of Jackie Geary in Seasons 4 and 5 of the ABC sitcom The Goldbergs. But then in Season 6, the part was taken over by Alexis G. Zoll, and Jackie was given a jolting goth makeover to obscure the recasting.
What happened to the crushed velvet cloak I found you at the Ren Fair?
Kinda got swampy in the subway.
You went on the subway? But that's where breakdancing gangs shake you down for cash.
Show creator Adam F. Goldberg later revealed on social media that it was Blanchard's decision to no longer play Jackie, but her showbiz career has continued elsewhere, including a main gig on the TNT series Snowpiercer. As for Zoll, she's also kept acting, though she seems to be more focused on her work as a YouTuber, writer, and director dedicated to creating a platform for queer stories. The part of Jesus on the ABC family drama series The Fosters was recast when Jake T. Austin left after only 2 seasons. There was speculation that some bad behavior behind the scenes may have led to his departure, although Austin addressed the situation himself when he tweeted, "I'm honored to have been a part of such a groundbreaking series, but I personally want to let you know that my time on the show has come to an end. Thank you for letting me be a part of your family. It's been a pleasure." The actor also explained that he felt like he was being sidelined and that he wanted to be free to take on meatier roles. He was replaced by Noah Centineo, who went on to break hearts into All the Boys I've Loved Before and prove his superhero bona fides in Black Adam. Although Austin's career trajectory seems to have suffered in the years since, don't count him out just yet. In 2024, he announced that he would be returning to the Russo family in the Wizards of Waverly Place reboot, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. Shailene Woodley was the original Caitlin Cooper, Marissa's little sister, on Season 1 of The OC. But when Caitlin came back from boarding school in Season 3, she was a little older, a lot more manipulative, and played by a different actress altogether, future Arrow star Willa Holland. But don't feel too bad for Woodley, as she went on to become a Golden Globe and Emmy-nominated actress in the years since. The official reason for the recasting was that the showrunners wanted to age up the character, and Woodley was too young for the storylines they had in mind. As creator Josh Schwartz explained to Huffington Post in 2013, the version of Caitlin Cooper that we were going to bring back to the show was a little bit older than Shailene would have been able to achieve on her own and was kind of a very different character, which Willa was great for. Woodley ultimately understood the decision as she hadn't even gone through puberty yet.
They needed somebody who had a body that was different than mine. But you know what? It's okay. I didn't really take offense to it. I was a late bloomer and it was fine.
Lacey Chabert broke through in the 90s as a regular on Party of Five, and she's since gone on to play Gretchen Wieners in Mean Girls and become a mainstay on the Hallmark Channel. In between all that, she was the original voice of Meg Griffin on Season 1 of Family Guy, before Mila Kunis took over the part. Creator Seth MacFarlane attempted to clear up what happened when he told IGN in 2003. I think there was a mistake in her contract, and I guess she had not intended to be involved for the full run of the show. I don't even remember. To be honest, I don't really, to this day, know what it was. It was nothing. There was no tension or anything. She wanted to go, and she was very cool about it.
Bad Moms 1 and 2 are available on most streaming platforms?
Don't do that, Mila. Not on this show.
Chabert laid any lingering confusion to rest when she admitted that she had no regrets about how it all played out, as she revealed to GameSpy in 2006. I actually left the show of my own accord, and only because I was in school and doing Party of Five at the time. But I think the show is hilarious and don't have a grudge against Kunis at all. I think she's a great actress.
Oh my God, we're getting closer to the beginning! You're Lacey Chabert!
On Season 1 of the FX horror series The Strain, Dr. Ephraim Goodweather's son Zach was played by Ben Hyland. But then Max Charles took over the role for the remaining 3 seasons. As showrunner Carlton Cuse explained to Deadline, we recast his part due to some specific story needs we have downstream. We are sad to see Ben go. He is a very talented actor and a wonderful person. We will all miss him and thank him for his great work. Hyland had some credits before The Strain, though he hasn't acted on screen in the years since. Charles, meanwhile, has accrued some steady gigs, including plenty of voice acting. Anthony Michael Hall originated the part of Rusty Griswold in National Lampoon's Vacation, but he declined to return to the sequel so that he could star in Weird Science instead. That proved to be a smart move for his burgeoning career, as he went on to become one of the biggest young stars of the 1980s. When European Vacation director Amy Heckerling learned that Hall wouldn't be returning for the sequel, she opted to recast both Rusty and his sister Audrey. And so, Jason Lively took over for Hall, while Dana Hill replaced Dana Barron. This tradition continued with the next sequel, Christmas Vacation, in which Johnny Galecki became Rusty and Juliette Lewis was the new Audrey.
We're all making sacrifices, Audrey.
Everybody, do you sleep with your brother? Do you know how sick and twisted that is, Mom?
And then in 1997's Vegas Vacation, Ethan Embry played Rusty and future Riverdale star Marisol Nichols took over as Audrey. This all eventually became a bit of a running joke within the movies themselves. It was a big deal when the title character of Jane the Virgin finally gave birth to her baby boy, Mateo. His life was immediately filled with plenty of dramatic developments, including a couple of recastings. In the middle of Season 3, the show jumped forward 3 years, which necessitated that Mateo be recast from a baby to an adorable 4-year-old played by Joseph Sanders. And by the time Season 4 arrived, there was yet another new Mateo, as Elias Janssen took over the part for the rest of the show's run. Some fans were sad about the recasting, though Sanders' mother was quick to let viewers know that working on Jane the Virgin was a positive experience for her son. Alas, he was simply too busy with school and being a little boy to commit to another year of filming. Jolean Wejbe was the original teenie on HBO's Big Love, but she eventually had to be replaced. As creator Will Schaefer explained to the Los Angeles Times, because our show is structured so tightly, we usually don't have year breaks between seasons and showtime. We never have time for our characters to age with our actors, which is okay generally, but unfortunately, our teenie, our cute little pixie, just shot up. By the time she was 13 playing 11, she started to become tall and looked like she was turning into a 15-year-old. Bella Thorne took over as teenie for 5 episodes in Season 4. Meanwhile, Wejbe hasn't acted since Big Love, instead going on to study computer science at California State University, Northridge. On the popular Western drama series Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, the title character's adopted daughter, Colleen Cooper, was originally played by Erika Flores, but then she left midway through season 3. Jessica Bowman took over as Colleen for the rest of the series and in the subsequent TV movies. Some fans weren't exactly happy with the change and even wrote to CBS to voice their disapproval. Rumors circulated that Flores left over a salary dispute, but the official story is that she departed for personal reasons. At the time of the recasting, a spokeswoman for CBS explained, "The producers made a statement that her departure was by mutual agreement and that they honored her request to leave the show." Flores has mostly left acting behind, as her most recent on-screen credit is an episode of House from 2009.